morning, YouTube. I am headed to work and it is about 6:38 in the morning and I am late. Well, I'm not late yet, but I'm about to be. As you all know, I'm working postpartum and I am PRN, so I am working. I can't see. I'm working my shift today. After today, I'll go back until the middle of November. I don't go back to the middle of February after today. So, anyway, I apologize for it being so dark in here. Let me see if I can turn my light on. I don't like that either. It's dark outside still. It is about 29 degrees here in Tennessee, so it's cold, and I have to work today, and I'm not really excited about it. Blessed to be able to have a job, so I'm trying not to complain. But the thought of a 12-hour shift is the part that I don't like. So I will see you all in a few minutes. I'm gonna go, once I get here, I'm gonna go in and get report per usual, because you know I'm running behind. And then I'll come back around breakfast time to kind of give you an update about what my patient load looks like, and kind of what my plan for today is going to be. It's going to be, I'm sure, a busy day. It is a Thursday, so on Thursdays we're typically busy. We typically have a lot of surgery patients, and a lot of times when it comes to having babies, the cold weather, the rain that we've had, things like that, bring these patients in. The barometric pressure changes, and so therefore these people come in to have babies. Or, you know, just sometimes they are coming in from the office because the doctor has said, you know what, your blood pressure is too high, or whatever's going on. So that's what we got going on. So let me show you my drive in. Let me see if I can switch this real quick. All right, so I'm about to drive into work. You can see everybody who's going this way is pretty much going to the hospital. So I dread today. I really dread today. I need to stop complaining. That's one thing I'm working on this year, is stop complaining about having to get up early and go to work. But that is my reality. I need to stop complaining, because like I said, there's people out here who don't even have jobs. So I need to, you know, kind of keep my mouth closed on that, because that could be me, not to have a job. And if I don't have a job, I can't take care of my children. I can't pay for school. I can't do anything. So I'm going to make the best of today, and we'll see how this goes. Shift change is approximately 6:45, and it is 6:42, and I'm still driving into work. So like I said, I'm going to be late clocking in, which for me, they usually expect me around this time. About 6:50 is when they usually expect me. They don't really get too concerned unless it's after 6:50. Then they'll start texting or calling and saying, you know, where are you at? You know, you're supposed to work today. And I'm like, I'm in the parking lot. So the weather was supposed to be bad today, or the roads were supposed to be bad, but actually it's very good here. It's cold, but outside of that, it's good. So as you can see, we are pulling into the hospital, and I'm gonna find me a parking spot. Technically, we're supposed to park in the back of the hospital, but You know, I've never been one to really follow all the rules anyway. I park where it's convenient. Like in the back of the hospital, because that's where everybody parks, it's full. So because it's full, it takes me longer to get into work. So I usually just park over here somewhere. And I just make sure I'm not parked in a place in which patients, like I'm taking up all their spots. So, all right, so I'm going to park. And I'm going to take you all with me as we walk in this building. And then after that, I'm gonna go to, it is cold and windy out here. I am headed into the hospital. See how my hair looks for today. I'm tired, I look tired. I'm sure it's 6:45 in the morning. So I am headed into the hospital and we will check back after I get a report. Walking into the hospital now. My shoes are untied. Good morning. I'm late per usual. Shoes untied. All right, I'll see y'all when I get up to the floor. And I am back. It is about 7:25 and I got a report. I have 3 patients, first admit per usual, but I can't complain. Not really much of a problem situation at all, so I'm excited about that. I'm about to eat breakfast. And as usual, I'm having an omelet, water, and pineapples. So I will be back a little later today to tell you about how my day is going. But so far, I can't complain. Till the next time. All right, it is time for an update. It has been a rough day. I came into those 3 patients like I told you before, and they were great, but then I get this emergency situation where I have a person who delivered a baby at 23 weeks, and the baby had to go to another hospital, a higher level hospital, and they were going to keep her here, but then they decided they were going to transfer her, but they waited until we got to my side to transfer her, and I have never transferred a patient ever in my 14 years from our facility to another one. So I had to learn that whole process, and it was exciting, really, almost like a new graduate situation. So when I did that, it was just kind of where I had to call 911 and we had to say it was an emergency situation. It was just great. And so as a result of that, we end up getting pizza. As you see, our managers went and got us pizza because we have not had lunch, and it is now 3:25, and I have not eaten at all today, well, since breakfast this morning. Typically I eat around noon. It's been kind of rough. I just stopped what I was doing and said I'm gonna take a break and get something to eat because it's just that kind of a day. So I wanted to kind of just give you an update. Since then it took me 3 hours, but I transferred her to another facility and learned how to do that, which I was excited about. And now I've just gotten another C-section, so I have to go get her admitted, but I had to take a break because I can kind of feel where I've come off of that adrenaline rush. And it's just time to stop and eat, and then I'll go back and finish my assessments because I wanted to go home early and study for school, but I can't today. So I'll check back a little later. Bye. And now it's time to clock out. My badge don't work. All right, and we out. All right, so I am back. It is the end of my shift. It is 7:25 p.m. and I'm sitting here in this parking lot because I'm tired. It started out to be a great shift, and as per any other video, it seems that it was still a good shift. I can't even lie. It was a hard shift, but it was good. So that's kind of what happened in this situation where the baby was just born too soon and it had to be transferred to another higher level facility, and we trying to get her to be with her baby. And for me, my situation is this: out of 14 years of nursing, this is my very first time actually doing that. So I've never transferred a patient. So it really took the whole team. It took all of us, all the nurses, to come together because no one knew how to do it. So we had to call different people to help us, transfer her to this facility. And what was funny to me about the whole thing was the doctor wanted her transported as an emergency patient. So they wanted her to go like ASAP, like stat. So I had to call 911, and that's the part that got me. I had to call 911, and it was funny because I feel like I was calling from the hospital. So the very place that we take most people to when there's a situation in terms of medical urgency, I was already there, and I'm calling 911 from the hospital. So I thought that was kind of funny, but according to some of the nurses, that's pretty common, I guess. But it was first for me. So when I'm sitting there trying to get my nerve together to call 911, I don't know what I was so scared of, but I was just like, well, what am I say to them? What am I say to convince them this is an emergency? Because mama is fine. The situation is with, the baby. So I followed the script that they gave me, and they eventually came. It took about 30 minutes for them to come. But that whole process, it took about 3 hours from beginning to end to get everything done, to get the paperwork, filled out, to get all the copies made. It was an eye-opening experience, and I'm actually very happy that I had to go through that experience because I learned something new today. And who would have thought that in 14 years, I don't say that I learned something new in 14 years. You should always be learning something new, but I was so excited that I learned something new. They were just so tickled with me because they're like, it's not a big deal, but they were so excited about how excited I was to learn something new because I never did that before. So I really thanked all my coworkers to high heaven because they really helped me in the situation. Like I always talk about in some of my other videos, it takes teamwork to make this whole thing work. So I was very excited that they really helped me get through this process. So that was exciting. But I guess then the thing was, none of us had lunch. So it ran into our lunchtime. The cafeteria had closed, so nobody had lunch. So they all bought, like the director bought everybody pizza. So every unit had pizza so that we could eat, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to eat because the cafeteria closed on us. And as a result of me doing that whole 3-hour transfer process, all my other medication passes were late, my discharges were late, everything was late today. And I got everything caught up at the end, but it was just more so like, oh my gosh, this was just crazy how this happened. So I'm tired. It was a good day. I'm tired. I'm glad I'm not coming back. I'm not scheduled to come back for another 2 or 3 weeks, really. And being PRN, that's what I love about it, where I only schedule myself to be like 1 or 2 days at a time. And then, then I'll schedule later on. That way, if I do have a bad day, I want to come back, I'll be done recouped from that. So, some people like to get their days over with, get their 3 days over with. But me, when it comes to being PRN, I'll just, put them in here or there. Those 12-hour shifts are getting to me I've been a nurse for 14 and a half years, and those 12 hours are really getting to me. So I'm tired, my feet hurt, my back hurt, but that's the gist of how this day has went. It's been pretty eventful. I'm excited that I learned something new today. The remainder of the day after that kind of slowed down, but then I ended up getting an admission at what time was it? 18:25, and change of shift is at 18:45. So I absolutely hate those kind of change of shift admissions. They are so like time consuming, but luckily, you know, I had everything kind of ready to go when she got here because I knew she was coming, so I had everything kind of prepped and ready. So it really didn't take that long, and I still got out in a pretty good time in terms of getting clocked out. So I basically started out with 3 patients today, and then I admitted 3 patients and discharged 2 patients. So it's been, I discharged 2 and transferred that 1, if you will. So when I tell you, it's been a process, it has been a process. But again, you know, lessons learned. I'm kind of happy about it. So anyway, that is the conclusion of my day. I hope you enjoyed watching this as it has unfolded today. Please comment and subscribe and share and hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload more vlogs and videos if you happen to like things like this. Until the next time, you all take care. Bye-bye. Hey, and we're back. So I had to edit some of that video just because I began to realize that the more I talked about it, the more information I was disclosing about the situation, and that's potentially a HIPAA violation. So if you happen to see that this video is a bit sketchy or things are missing, it's because I had to edit it and cut things out because I was so excited about that day that I wanted to really show you the raw footage of how I was feeling, what I was going through, what my thought processes were. But again, when I was editing, I realized that, you know, you're telling a little bit too much and you got to keep your license. So I apologize for it to be a little bit where it just jumps. But anyway, hopefully I have left enough and where you can kind of see, you know, truly what happened that day. And this is after the fact. So I'm recording this part, you know, almost a month later than the day that it happened. But I wanted to definitely get this video up because it really had some great footage and I really learned a lot that day. And so I think you will enjoy it. That is a day in the life of a registered nurse who works on the OB unit, who or postpartum unit, shall I say. And keep in mind, I'm a nurse for almost now 15 years. So we have new experiences in nursing and we want to share those new experiences, but I can't do it at the risk of losing my license because I've violated HIPAA by telling you too much of the patient's story. I will say this, I don't know what happened with that patient or her baby, but I do want you all to kind of know what really happens in the world of OB, where everything is not as pristine, everything is not perfect. People do not have babies on, you know, at 40 weeks when you're supposed to have your baby. Complications do happen, and that's how we remedied the situation by getting her closer to her baby, which I'm very happy about. The steps it took to get her there, that's what I was unfamiliar with, and I learned so much that day, and I'm so thankful to the team of nurses that I worked with that day to really help me and guide me, you know, through that process. So anyway, if you want to see more videos like this one, so more vlog where I'll go to work and, you know, I kind of take the camera with me and, or my phone really, and we kind of go through my day and I kind of give you updates, please thumbs this video up so that you will know when I do another vlog. I won't be working at the hospital for a little while because I am PRN there. And here lately I've been getting down-staffed, which for me is not a bad thing, to be honest with you, just because of the fact that I have so much homework to do for school. But nonetheless, I will be working at the hospital soon, and I do plan on taking you all with me. For the ones who do enjoy it, I know this is not for everyone, but the ones who do enjoy just kind of seeing how my day go and see how I react to my day, hopefully it's been insightful. So if you want to see more, thumbs it up and hit the notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're old here, but you keep coming back to the lounge, subscribe. And comment and tell me what you think. Ask any questions you have. This is a forum for me in which I want to be able to answer any questions that you have regarding either nursing or OB specifically, postpartum specifically, babies specifically, because I do all those things. Even GYN, gynecological services, we do that as well. So any questions regarding that, definitely comment below. I can't wait to answer them. Until the next time, you all